Hello and welcome to the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. He's back. Mr. Brandon Felder, and he's back with the Bowie Concert Choir. And you guys are doing a tribute to Black History Month. Tell me about that.
Well, thank you. First off, Miss Stephanie, thank you so much for having us back. We traveled so far to come all the way here to the Bowie Community Television. We had to catch a plane, an Uber, a Lyft. But yes, we're excited. I'm a professor of music at Bowie State University and the assistant professor of the concert choir at Bowie State. It's a combination of our music majors as well as additional students from across the campus. So everything from psychology and chemistry majors comprise the group. We have about 20 to 25 singers in the group, so you're going to hear a little bit of them today, a little portion of them. It's kind of like the Hershey bite-sized kiss. And we've been excited just this month of February because it allows us to celebrate the rich heritage of Black History Month. So we have celebrated through what I call the 4 pillars: the humanitarian pillars, the educational pillars, artistic, and the religious pillars as well. So just to kind of briefly share, we have elements of the Negro spiritual that we are highlighting, and it helps to share the journey of where our people and our ancestors and our heritage is. It's a story of the struggle, but also the pathos of the triumph, and as well that there is a hope and a longing for something even better. We're doing a little segment called Stirring the Waters, where there's this very unique relationship with African Americans and water, whether it's not being able to swim, or I might get in trouble for this, young ladies with their hair in water. They do not want, there's something with water. There are some of our spirituals, including Down by the Riverside, or Stood at the River of Jordan. And of course the traditional spiritual, Wade in the Water, which we're gonna sing. But we've actually kind of put a twist on a lot of these elements. I've kind of been intentional on allowing the traditional aspect to be taught to these students, but also really placing this Afrofuturism or this level of what a spiritual could sound like in 2024 amidst social justice, amidst different political climates. So we've really kind of narrowed in on that. In addition to that, we've also had an opportunity to partner, like I said, with many different institutions. So we have an upcoming concert on February 26th at Bowie State University. But prior to that, we've been kind of giving everybody a sneak peek. We've been able to go to some of the houses of worship in the Washington metropolitan area, including First Baptist Church of Glenarden, Kingdom Fellowship AME in Silver Spring, the Greater St. John Cathedral in Upper Marlboro, and the First Baptist Church of Highland Park. We're also excited that we've been able to go into some other educational and humanitarian venues, such as the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
And when's that, or have you done that?
That's actually coming up. It's going to be Friday, February 16th at 1:30 p.m. It's absolutely free to attend, and the museum and Smithsonian, they're very excited. I'm losing a little bit more of this hair that I have right now because we sent them this whole idea of our program and crafted it and said, oh, we'll just do a 30-minute program. They got so excited, and they've actually doubled the time. So we actually have an hour to present. So in addition to singing, there'll be some theatrical and some spoken word monologues, dialogues that will be happening in that aspect as well.
And then you said at the end of the month you'll be doing something at the university.
Correct. On Monday, February 26th at Bowie State in our Fine and Performing Arts Center, our recital hall, we are holding a concert entitled Our Heritage. And it really highlights the music of African American composers, past and present. So there are names such as William Dawson and Moses Hogan, who have created music such as Soon I Will Be Done with the Troubles of the World, and Oh Lord, Hear My Prayer, in addition to Hall Johnson, who says, I've just come from the fountain. Again, that's something with the water. But we're
What do you think that is?
You know,
because of the journey?
It's the journey. It's
the journey from the boat ride.
And then the aspect of, in biblical times, if we even go there, those that were in Bethesda, the pool of Bethesda, they said they thought that there was healing in actually having the infirm get into the water. So we're trying to kind of give a whole aspect of just how that concept can really have more of an effect on us than we really think.
Now, out of all of the music and all of the composers, how did you choose what was going to go into this program?
So I'm excited that it's not just our program as far as the Bowie State Concert Choir, but I also say that many hands make for the work to be lighter, or make for lighter work. So we have a partnership with an organization called the Prince George's Choral Society, and it's a combination of teachers, music teachers, semi-music professionals, graduates of music programs, which were either at historically black colleges like Bowie State, and also the conservatories like Shenandoah, as well as Juilliard. Those advanced students, we've come together, and with their choral director, Dr. Edrin Coleman, we've kind of crafted this idea together. And what our aspect, as I shared about Hall Johnson and William Dawson and Moses Hogan, the interesting thing is we've actually wanted to highlight some of the current day heroes. So we're talking about Dr. Brittany Boykin, Dr. Brandon Waddles, in addition to somebody by the name of Brandon Felder, some of our actual music that has been created of the spiritual, but like I said, kind of giving a twist of 2020, 2024, because I think the spiritual means even more, and the African American experience means even more, especially after pandemic, especially even, again, still in political and social unrest.
So what makes you think that this music is relevant, the past music is relevant now? And you just kind of answered that question with talking about what we're going through now with having had the pandemic, the racial injustice, voting rights, just different things that are going on in the world now.
So that's always the struggle, Stephanie, is just that how do we make it relevant? And what I've recognized, especially with the younger students, not necessarily at the college level, but even younger, when I go into high schools and middle schools to do workshops, when I talked about Dr. King and I Have a Dream, they kind of know it, but it goes over their head. But also recognizing that their connection may be a Trayvon Martin, their connection may be a Barack Obama and a Michelle Obama, and they can actually quote a little bit more of The Audacity of Hope or Yes We Can. So my goal is, how do we still make relevant? And what I've tried to do is kind of allow some of those songs to kind of take on a different shape. So one of the songs that we're actually learning right now it's Dr. King's letter in Birmingham jail, but we've placed it to music. And it's in a catchy tune. The students will sing, once I play this little motif, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum-bum, they're gonna start singing it, not necessarily even recognizing that this was something that happened 50, 60 years ago, and recognizing, okay, y'all love the hook of it, let's go back and explore what's actually happened, and then let's see how that relates to what's going on now with those that are imprisoned and chained in different ways.
So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to have the concert choir come and sing a couple of songs, and then we'll come back and I want to talk to them about why this music is relevant to them.
Absolutely.
Because we're talking to a whole nother generation. What does it mean to them? I know what it means to me, but what does it mean to them?
And that's the aspect I would love for you to hear it from their perspective. Because like I said, we can be so close to it that it means, like you said, so much, and but to hear it in their ears and their eyes and in their voices, that's truly amazing and incredible. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, well, we'll be back with song. You're watching the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant with Brandon Felder from Bowie State University, the director
of the concert choir.
Director of the concert choir. We'll be right back. Walk away from diabetes, heart disease, obesity, breast cancer, and walk toward greater health. Join me, Stephanie Gaines-Bryant, for a morning of fun, fitness, and family at the 6th Annual Sisters for Fitness 5K Run Walk, Saturday, April 27th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Allen Pond Park in Bowie, Maryland. Proceeds benefit breast cancer advocacy group 2 for 2 Boobs. To find out more and to register, go to Sisters4Fitness.com. Hello and welcome back to the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show. We have the Bowie Concert Choir here with us. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you for
us.
having us.
You did that in harmony. Well, let's start off. I want to know who everybody is. I want to get everyone's name.
Kayla. Adina Brooks.
I'm Kalia.
Jesse.
I'm LJ.
Jade. Raya.
Nice to meet everybody. Where are you guys from?
Bowie, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Laurel.
Okay.
I'm from a little town called Nelson County, Virginia.
District Heights, Maryland.
I'm from the best city in America, Baltimore, Maryland.
Charm City.
Charm City, absolutely, yeah.
How about you?
I'm from Woodbridge, Virginia. I'm from Frederick, Maryland.
What made you all join the concert choir? I know I was in concert choir. I went to Hampton, another HBCU.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And what made you all? I joined because my friend joined. What made you want to?
Of course.
Wanted to do this? Have you always sang?
I've always sang. I was always in my church choir, middle school choir, stuff like that. So it was just kind of natural and naturally drawn to it. So that's why I did it.
How about you?
Professor Felder actually asked me to come into the choir after my audition to be in the music program.
Okay. So you major in music?
Yes, I'm a music performance major.
Okay. How about you?
I'm a music technology major.
I've been singing for a while, but I took a break because, when COVID was going on, it's just a lot. So I kind of took some time to myself. But then when I came back, when I first attended Bowie, I wanted to join a choir.
Okay. How about you?
I've been singing since I was about 4 or 5 years old. So it was only right that I joined the choir to continue that, you know what I'm saying?
I love your confidence.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I've been singing since I was about 5. My grandmother taught me, and then as I got in elementary school, I started playing the instrument, so I took a break. Then as I got back into high school, I auditioned for my choir and I joined, and then Mr. Felder brought me into this one after I graduated.
And folks are gonna, or if they've not heard of, you have a very powerful voice. You have a very strong
Thank you. Thank you.
voice, and I want you to have that strong voice in everything that you do. How about you?
I've sang in the choir when I was young in church, but this is my first official choir. They've been really welcoming, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
How about you?
I've been singing since I was 5 years old, and I was in choir for middle school and high school, so I just joined it in college too.
Mr. Felder, he was talking about the fact that this is a mix of a lot of different types of music. What is this music, especially when you sing a old Negro spiritual, a lift every voice and sing? What does that mean to you as young people? I know what it means to me and in my history as an African American woman, but what does it mean to you in your generation? Who'd like to answer?
The amount of pride I would say that I have, one, for just attending an HBCU, but two, being able to sing these songs, the fact that they've traveled to our generation. It's a way of connecting with our ancestors. It's a way of continuing heritage. So honestly, just proud and blessed, honestly, to even have them.
Yeah. Picking up back off of that, tradition, when our ancestors really came over here, they kind of were forced to leave behind their own cultures and heritage. So I think this is a way of paying homage to their sacrifice and paving the way for us as well.
Absolutely.
I would definitely say, even beyond paying homage and to their sacrifice, it's carrying on traditions. A lot of the traditions that we had are word of mouth. We didn't have the luxury of keeping records and keeping track of things. So everything that we pass down from generation to generation is through word of mouth, is through song, is through oral tradition. So that's really important to, bring that to the next generation so it's not forgotten.
And piggybacking one more thing, I was just going to say, the thing about music is that it's so diverse that there are so many different parts of it that a lot of the new generation doesn't know. So what Mr. Felder tries to do is bring that out of us so that way we can share it on to others, so that way we can show our sound and show what we have been through as a people.
What do you want us to know, us older people? What do you want us to know about your sound, your music, to give us a greater appreciation
Yeah, I think as a group, we come from all different walks of life. We're all different grades. We're all different majors. Some of us aren't even music majors, and some of us aren't even from Maryland. So I think having that, you have people who bring something special to the group. So we have a very special and unique sound as a group, and we have very young voices, but we have very mature voices, which allow for us to have such a rounded sound as a group.
Yes.
And I think like also when we were like trying to put this out here and like coming together as well, I think we want the older generation to like really understand that we like are taking from them, but also adding on. So when they hear new sounds,
we
changing
appreciate
something up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're really playing, like saying, "Oh my gosh, thank you for what you've given us, and we want to show you what we've taken from it as well."
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
No, but no, please,
I was going
please.
to say also, like, to piggyback off of that, I think that not only are we adding to it, but to also let them know that we also go through our own struggles in a way where we can still identify what has been done before, while it's not the same, and while we're not, necessarily going through the same struggles as our ancestors. I feel like we face some of the same issues, like with racism and microaggressions and just being criticized, in our bodies. And so with that, I think that we can take what they have been through and apply it to our lives and mold it in a way that fits the now, or fits us now.
I'm always curious to know, what do you all believe in your generation? What is the major issue that you're concerned about? Is it what you're going to do with your career? Is it finances? Is it how you present yourself to the world? Like you said, things like a different type of racism, microaggression, sexism. What are some of the things your generation is concerned about?
I believe it's really all of the above. All of those things you named, I'm sure every single one of us sitting here or standing here has faced some sort of variation of those types of things, I guess, for lack of a better word. This generation has definitely a more entrepreneurial spirit, and we're definitely focused on building our own brands, building a name for our own selves. Definitely, I would say racism, granted, it might be not as direct as it was in past generations. It's still very much here. Microaggressions are still very much here. Police brutality is crazy, and that's something that we still face in this generation to this day.
Very much.
I think something that's even not even talked about enough in our own community is the big issue with colorism in our generation as
Absolutely.
well. Because I think we've kind of gotten comfortable with, we have our foot in the door because this person's here, but like, are there darker skinned people in this position? Are we creating enough opportunities for all shades in our spectrum, and even just kind of that blanket as well? So that's another like sensitive topic I think that we're facing. And inflation. Are we going to be able to afford to live?
Yeah,
and that,
just
I think
live.
everyone's facing that, but I don't think like being in college, like, oh my gosh, I'm about to graduate, but wait, an apartment, a studio apartment is $21,000. It's $2,100.
Gas is $5.
I can't.
Sometimes people pay
Okay,
20.
so I have to live with my parents for a couple years. Like, there's no other option
exactly.
unless I get a six-figure job right after graduation.
Yeah, and I think especially on that, a lot of people, I guess, we see that like when there was a lot more of an even economy when some of like my grandparents and my parents were growing up. So, and like even just to buy like an apartment or a house, like it was a lot less in comparison than what I guess we're facing right now, because it's even harder to get like a minimum wage job at this point and then continue to make a living and a life out of that job. So while all of these things are important and we're all dealing with all these things, that is like a very large thing that everyone's dealing with.
Well, we're going to take you out in song, but I just want, my last question is, what is your hope? We're going to be positive. What is your hope for the future?
My hope for the future is definitely harmony and equity.
And I haven't let you talk enough, so.
I mean, I guess it would be basic to say world peace, but I really just hope for everyone to be happy, to be successful, to be able to like live, work, their family be healthy and everything.
Anyone else?
Oh,
One
just
more
for,
hope.
well, I hope for just a just society and just representation that anything is possible.
Very good. I have got the Bowie State University Concert Choir with me, and we're gonna go out in song, so that means I want you to sing one more, give it your best.
Of course.
I want to hear you say, and good luck. You sounds like you've got a lot going on for this month, and like you guys have done a lot so far. So good luck in what you do. But we're going to have one last performance before you go out. Everyone, you've been listening to the Bowie State University Concert Choir and my good, wonderful friend Brandon Felder. They're led by the best. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. You've been watching the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. Have a great day.